Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, my name is Agnes Koilel from Kenya, from Narasha community. We are based at Olkaria. And generally, if I can just maybe share a brief story of the Narasha community. This is a community whereby sometimes we don't call ourselves Kenyans, because we are totally not recognized. Sometimes we ask ourselves, are we Kenyans? Don't we also vote? Because most of the benefits that other communities get, we do not get as a community. This is a small minority group at Nakuru County, whereby we do not even have a leader at the community level. So you find all the decisions are made without our assent. And by the end of the day, you'll have no one to question. There is no one who delivers your voice, so they'll always come making the final decisions. This is what we agreed, and this is what we did. At Olkaria, everyone has an interest. Other communities from far has the interest. The political leaders have the interest, and even I can say that the funders also has the benefits. So my direct question to the funders or whoever who can reach them, can you also be engaging the community members before you fund any project that you'll do? The project might benefit the person who is intended to do the project, but what about that very small community that does not have a voice, does not have a leader? So you just come and recognize us when you want to do your project. They did not do the FPIC. And whereby nowadays as the community, after we realize that we are not being recognized, we realize the importance of having the organizations whereby we are able to create the networks so that whenever we cry, they come and cry with us. Without that, it has been so hard for us as the community because we cry. It is other leaders from other communities, from other counties that can help us to preach our message, whereby the community, the county that we are supposed to be counted in do not recognize our voice. So I'll just go directly to the question that I was meant to do. The first question was, how have the energy transition affected your community? For that, we saw it and we felt it because we lost our land. Each and every day you are moved. You are in a certain region, but when the project is completed there, you are told to move again so that to give the project the way. So we lost the land. And even with a very little compensation, whereby it is a few people who are benefiting. The people who are affected directly, you just given small coins, and the big amount is taken by the people with the voice. Another thing is we lost our cultural heritage sites. The projects do not consider the importance of a particular site, whereby we as the communities were the heritage site that we could go and prayed. So as we talk now, they are reserved and even protected, whereby you cannot go. Either you like it or no, you cannot go. Now it belongs to the companies or even the Kenya Wildlife Service, whereby the community must request for a gate pass to go to the community. If I have a visitor, my visitor might require to pay the gate pass, whereby we were the ones who are living there and we were moved for the projects to go on, but for now, they are under our control. Last week, there was a very big conference at Narasha, that is in Kenya, whereby the indigenous funders for international communities were denied the access to see the community. We were forced to use a very long distance for them to reach the community. Otherwise, I personally, I was the one who was asking for the permit for the visitors to come to the community, but they were denied the access unless they were to pay 3,500, that is the Kenyan money, for them to come and see the community. And remember that we are the one in the community. Our people, due to the illiteracy, were requested to sign a document, and that is when we lost the land. Now, after we had the document signed, our elders were used, and they signed that document, and we lost that land. It is us, because of our illiteracy, that are now facing the real problem. Those people had to use around like 5 hours to reach the community, whereby in the real sense, they were just to use 30 minutes. Another thing is air pollution, the pollution of the air. If you go to that area, we have, there's so many drugs that are being used, maybe by the companies, whereby many people become mostly sick, headache, due to the drugs that are being used. So even if you are new to the community, you might always start complaining that I'm sick, but not that you are sick. It is because of whatever that is going on the ground. We have the noise pollution. If you go to that area, you cannot wish to be living there. The wells makes a lot of noise. They make during the day and during the night, but we have no control about it. And beside all that, it is other people from other communities that come and work there. The people who are being affected directly, you'll get them not employed. Sometimes there before, they say that the Maasai people did not go to school. We appreciated, and our people went to school. Now, after they went to school, you are told that because of reasons, we not offer these positions because of the level of education. So, for instance, if you are in bachelor's, you are told to bring the certificate, which is a disadvantage for us. Because when I have the bachelor's paper, and now they request for the certificate, I'll definitely lose the job. Then also, we have the death of our animals. Our animals die whenever they take that brine water. There's that brine water from the companies. Once the animals get that water, they'll definitely have to die with no compensation from them. Another thing, I've talked about the frequent sickness of our people now because of maybe the air pollution or even because of the drugs used. People complain of the eyes. People are losing sight. Also, hearing problem is now becoming a challenge. We have the women, pregnant women, being miscarrying each and every time. This is because of the pollution over the air that is there. Another thing is, I talked about the access to the community. It is so limited, and the hospitals are very far from us. At the community, we do not have any hospital facility, so we have to go for a distance looking for the facilities. And remember that the access to the gate is a problem. And even we get other people dying on the process because of the distance. Because even you can request for a vehicle, but before it reaches where you are, maybe that person will just pass on the way. Another thing, the other question is, what challenges have you faced? The same challenges are, we as women, we were not recognized there before. Our men do not show the importance of the women. But I really thank the Constitution of Kenya because it now made our men to understand the importance of the women. There before, sometimes even when you go to the community, you can find all the women standing while the men are seated down, with even carrying the small children, but you just carry them standing. But nowadays, at least we also as women, we are coming up, even though we do not have that much voice, but at least we are going somewhere. Another thing is, not even benefiting from the projects. We have the projects which are going on. there is no that employment if we are just being given the casual jobs. And the casual jobs, these are the jobs that you can always maybe do for 2 weeks or even 1 week, then you are stopped. While the jobs are being given to communities from very far away. We have no FPIC. FPIC is not properly done in the community. Since the project started, we only had one FPIC that which was done within a very short time because we demonstrated as a community when the Olkaria VII was being done. When the assessment was done and they wanted that project to be done, when they came to the community, we had the Kenyan representative, we had the NEMA, we had the Kenya Wildlife Service. When they came to the ground, we denied the project to go on. And due to that, because they all came, we stood as a community and said that because they brought us the minutes, which were written that the community was in agreement for the project to go on. We requested them to see the minutes of the people who said that the project must go on. But to our shock, it was not the name of our community members. We said on the ground that we are not going to agree on this, and for that reason, the project cannot go on. And the project was to be done in our community level. After we disagreed with them, they asked for the project to be done at the Kenya Wildlife Service ground, whereby when the project started there, the wild animals now are escaping and running away from the park coming to the community. We have many people. We had around we lost 2 people who were killed by the wildlife, and we have other people with injuries. We sometimes even close the schools because of the wildlife animals. And they come to the ground because of the noise pollution that they are also experiencing in the park. Another thing is lack of the government representation at the community level. I said from the beginning that we do not have any government representation. So whenever they want to pass the project, they'll just discuss at their level, at the government, and come and make the final decision of the community that the project must go on. Because of time, I'm just going to the last question, whereby what actions has your community taken to resist, adapt, or advocate for great justice? We, as the community, we have tried all our best because we have our cases at the court. We've gone to the court several times, whereby we've been fighting for our land back. But by the end of the day, who are we crying to? Since we do not have any representation on those courts, we do not have even our leader. So every time we go to the court, sometimes the court favors the community, but within a short time, it is again favoring the companies. So every time we go to the court, the court makes this decision. The next week to come, it is another decision. So we are just being moved around. Another thing, demonstrations. Our men were the ones who are going and make the negotiation with these companies. But after we realized that the companies are not listening to these men, we as the women now are going to the ground, even crying, carrying our own children, because by the end of the day, I'm a woman. I'm the one who is having my own children. When I lose this land, where do I take those children? So we as the women, we are on the road, trying, demonstrating the way that our land should not be taken to us. And even fighting with the people who are trying to come to the ground to take our land. So through the demonstration, we've really seen a lot, and even it's a winning for us as women. Another thing is, during our struggles, we've been working with the NGOs or the CBOs, fighting back for our land. We have the tenure facility that has always been with us. We have the community land action now. It has always also been listening to us. We have the ILEPA, that is Indigenous Livelihood Enhancement Partners, and also we are now happy as the community being counted again by the Coalition for the Human Rights in Development. It has now been part of our, we can say that is our brothers and sisters, because they are counting us that we are the communities that are going with these struggles, and they are really supporting us, and we hope that in future they are going to be with us. We have also been calling upon the World Bank, because they're the ones who are financing the project. We've also written to the European investment banks. They have come to the community, at least seeing exactly what they have been funding. So for that, much or little, thank you so much. Thank you.